and welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Swing on by our shop this month. You can get 25% off our unscented fragranced products, lotions, soaps, bath salts, and our natural lip balm, which has no flavoring. We have other sale items as well, so swing on by, check that out. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. I want to welcome new and returning viewers.
Welcome to the
Go get him.
house.
Dundee's good. He is the referee in the house when the cats are not getting along. That's the thing about kittens. They like to play, and the old guys just don't. So, anyway, sorry about that. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today for a little excitement here. If you can only see what's going on behind the camera, this is the second time Dundee's gone to break up the cat fun, and every time he comes back, he brings a different toy back with him. So he's got his turkey, his Build-A-Bear turkey right now. So, but anyways, so this ought to be a quick podcast. We got a short list of segments, and those include
Farm happenings, Farmer's Almanac, In the Coop, Falloon the Coop, and Round-Up.
Alrighty, so so into farm happenings. This is what's happening on the farm right now as we're recording.
Live broadcast.
So we're winging this one because we're like, oh, what do we do this week? And it's like we got stuff going on, but
Well, it's
like,
the week before college starts, so it was like last minute errands and, getting, one more pair of jeans, we need a hat, we need pencils, we need rule, it's just been so.
Last minute school shopping before college starts. So today, as the podcast is up, Jimmy will be in class. So he's first day of college. So
bright and early. He's been changing his whole sleep-wake schedule.
And he's doing this on his own, which is I'm pretty impressed for him to make a point of getting up extra early during this week just so he's used to the schedule that he's going to have. Because his first class is at 8 o'clock, and he's going to need to roll out of bed and be ready. He wants to be up at 5:30 tomorrow, right?
I said 5:30, give me half an hour.
Yeah. So he wants to get up he's actually sleeping in as if he was going to work with me, because when he was going into work, he was getting up at 3:45. So he actually is going to get up at 5 or 5:30, depending on when Dawn rolls him out of bed. But so he'll be in his first classes as you guys are seeing the podcast.
Yeah. But when we went to all the errands all week, I had him do all the driving. So, we even have done some freeway driving, and so those little white shiny hairs. No, he's doing good, much better.
Yeah. So I actually, it's kind of funny because Dawn has been the one primarily taking him out driving, and
every day for at least an hour.
Yeah, so so she's been the one kind of working him into a little more challenging driving situation, and so they went out driving and I got home from work on Friday, and they were still out, so they came back, and I normally get dinner out on Fridays, so I was going out, and Jimmy's like, I'll drive up there. I'm like, oh, sure, So he was anxious to go, which is a good sign that he's getting a little more comfortable with the driving, so I let him drive up there. And then Saturday, weekends, I'm home. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take him out. Dawn's been doing it. She's, he should be expert by now, so I take him through the middle of the town. I have him go through shopping centers and stuff, and, the heavy traffic, how it is on the weekends. And I'm like, okay, so we get home, I get him back here, and I'm like, yeah, you've been driving up through town. She says, no, I haven't. I'm like, I've been getting close to town. I'm like, well, now he's driving through town. This is, driving through the Walmart and PetSmart shopping center and all the traffic going on there, and then kind of going through town and down the Lancaster Boulevard, which is pretty busy on the weekends, and so so he's been thrown into the middle of the pool to see if he could swim, and he did good. He didn't do too many things to get me nervous. I'm pretty relaxed though, so so he's now driving in town.
But we've kind of skirted and around town.
Yeah, you're kind of getting
Except
there.
the other day, I mean, it was full board,
Yeah.
We're going here. You got to park by cars.
So no, he's getting it together. But by the time he needs to take his test, which is in January, I think he'll be plenty ready. So nervous mother here.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on?
Well, while you were out driving,
Yeah.
you saw something.
Oh yeah. Okay. So anyway, we were out and going into town. I'm thinking I got a chauffeur. I need to run some errands. He's going to run me the errands. So I had to go by the feed store and get some scratch fur chickens. Because we were running low on that. And I thought, okay, we'll swing by there. And so we pull up to the. I'm instructing Jimmy. I'm like, okay, so pull up here. Pull up between the pet vet van, because they do a shot clinic there on the weekends. And then I'm like, okay, just pull up right there. So we get out of the car, and I'm walking past the shot clinic, and I see this cute little Chihuahua. And I said, oh, I got to take a picture and text that to my wife, if you don't mind. So I'm loving on the dog, and they said, oh yeah, well this one's a teacup Chihuahua. It's a he. He's only, they said 4 months old. I'm like, wow, he's small, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. And the lady goes, oh, well, I got it from my neighbor. I think they still have two, a boy and a girl. And I'm like, really? Wow. And so I said, well, you got the person's name and number? We can have my wife call and see if, they still have them. So I got the name and number and texted Dawn, I'm waiting for a response. And I'm like, I'm waiting, because this is Chihuahua dog, right? This is like instant response or phone call. And this is what I tell Jimmy. I'm like, I'm probably going to get a phone call here. And I'm waiting, and nothing. And did you text me? Or did
my mother and father.
No. I know what happened here. I think Dawn texted me and said, you sent it to my parents.
No, they called me. I still hadn't seen your thing.
I got that. But you texted me and said, I sent it to... So I thought I sent it to Dawn. I actually sent it to her parents because I had texted them last. I don't normally text them. Dawn's usually the first one on my text list, so I just grabbed the phone and excited, a little Chihuahua, take a picture of it. And so Dawn's like, you sent it to my parents. I'm like, oops. So I forwarded her the picture, so she got to see it. So I got the phone call. I'm like, okay. I got the phone number. I got the name. They're not too far from here. I said, so when I get home, you can call them. And so we called them and went over and looked at the boy and the girl puppy Chihuahuas. The girl was already sold, and they still had it, but apparently that was already spoken for. And then the boy wasn't lovey enough for Dawn. So
not one kiss. That's how they passed the test.
Yeah, if they give you loving, then it's the right dog. So.
But they looked nothing like this puppy. They looked more like miniature pinchers.
Yeah, I think it was a mix between a Chihuahua and a mini pin.
Yeah.
Anyway, so. But Dawn got a hold of a baby.
I got a hold of baby.
Yeah. So
I kissed on it, but it was.
So he
kind of very unresponsive. The guy said it had been napping, but it was still very.
Yeah, he should have been excited to see you.
Yes.
So needless to say, we didn't get a new dog, but the right one will find us when it's time. And so, but that was a little exciting. It kind of stirs mixed emotions in Dawn, but at least you got to see. Okay. At least you got to see, because Dawn's been looking kind of around, and we really haven't actually gone and seen any.
None.
So she's like, I just want to hold one. So you got to hold one, but it wasn't very lovey, and so not the right one. No. When the timing's right and the right puppy comes along, we'll find a new dog. And she was ready to take both of them if they were the right ones. Brother and sister. So I said, well, the mini Chihuahua, right? This is the teacup Chihuahua, so you kind of need two to make up one full size, right? I'm giving her justification, so
Yeah.
So that was a little excitement there, but so. And Jimmy was amazed because I am not the outspoken, social, talk to strangers kind of person, and he was like, "I'm so proud of you, Dad," because I would normally go up and talk to someone, but baby Chihuahua, I gotta say hi, and it was for Don's sake anyway. So, so I think that's
me. I'd have no problem.
Yeah. No, I know. You talk
right out of her.
You talk to the people in the Walmart line, and you get their full life story while you're sitting there waiting to check out. So I'm kind of the opposite. So, so I guess that's about it for farm happenings. We'll go to
Farmer's Almanac. This is a question from Penny Gale. She says she has a knitting related question. When using stitch markers before or after yarn overs, I have trouble with the marker sometimes floating a position or two under that yarn over. How do you keep this from happening? Maybe I just chose the wrong shape of stitch marker. I think this is going to happen no matter what, because this does happen to me when you have the yarn over. It's usually center spine of a shawl. Because you have yarn over, then you have the marker, then you have had this problem too.
Yeah.
Then the stitch, then your marker and yarn over, vice versa. And I've used the rings, I've used rubber ones, I've used different sizes of those.
I think it's just controlling the marker itself, and when you're doing the yarn over, making sure that's right.
It still sometimes can slip though. And the pattern I'm using now, it has the yarn over right before it. And you just kind of have to have that in your head because sometimes it does slip.
Yeah, I know. I think I ran into an issue on the, which one was that shawl I was doing?
Zuzu's pedal? Yeah.
Where I think I had a couple times where it shifted.
Spine, yeah. I think the rubber ones... You know what I'm talking. I usually use, what are those called that I grab them from out of your...
The O-rings.
The O-rings. Those do a little bit better because the yarn sticks a little bit so it doesn't fling. So you might want to try that, the little rubberized ones. That is a little bit better keeping it, because it catches so it doesn't slip or underneath or over. So.
I don't remember what I did. It's been a while since I've done that in Susu pedals.
Yeah.
And I'm new, so we'll leave it to the expert here.
So that's my only... I know exactly what you're talking about, and probably everybody has that problem, so...
Just pay attention when you're to it.
Yeah.
And make sure...
But yeah, I would try the rubber ones, because that's got a little bit of a stick. Because I know I'm going to have an issue with this one doing that.
And you ran out of stitch markers doing this one?
Yeah, because I have a lot of vintage rose stitch markers, and I thought, for what I'm working on, I'll finally get to use all of them. And I ran out even of those, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangly.
Yep.
Cool.
So I hope that helps. So now in the coop.
In the
coop, I've been spinning. I started what I showed last week, the Friends and Fiber BFL Silk 4 ounces in the rainbow.
You liked how that last one turned out, so...
So I'm going to be doing a chain ply on this. It's a gradient-ish rainbow. Got a frog in my throat. So working on that a little bit, and we've gotten it's more of a magenta red. It's because it's not a true red. It's more of a magenta, and then it's going into a burnished orange. So it's not a vibrant rainbow.
It looks more like autumn colors, at least the ones that you're doing right now.
Yeah, like an autumn rainbow. So working on that, and then I'm working on my Cave Point shawl, which is a Paula Emons Feasley pattern. Done with sport weight yarn. And I'm using my Handspun for this. And this is in my Kicks and Google bag. And I'm going to have to put it in a new bag if I don't finish it this week. Here's my Handspun. It's Crown Mountain Farms.
Why?
Enchanted Water. Because it's not fitting.
Getting too big. Huh?
Yeah. So I've just finished this morning the base of the shawl. You know, where it's this ribbing. Where's my stitch marker? There it is. My Dicky-Doo. So it's really bunched up on the needles here. So I got that part, and now I'm just that's what all the stitch markers are for. Is every 12 stitches is a marker. So once I get going, you can see it's really, really bunched.
Yeah.
There's like
need a longer cable.
300 stitches at least, I think, on here. So I wanted to get it to this point where it's the lace part now. So, cool. And this is so much fun to knit, and this is all I've been knitting because I want to finish it for the
It's
knit
looking
along.
good.
Oh, it's so fun knitting.
I feel like you make progress with that one instead of the lace weight knitting, huh?
Yeah.
Moving right along.
So these are done on size 7s. I can see it.
Yeah.
Surprising. So, yeah. So yeah, it's just not fitting no more.
Time for a bigger bag.
So, what's in your coop?
I've got something in my coop. I had shown a couple podcasts back that I was working on a new yarn bowl, gluing up the yarn bowl blank that had the stripes in it. So last weekend I got started on it, and I'll finish up this weekend. But this is that yarn bowl. So I've got it all glued up and got the stripes through it. And got it all hollowed out and sanded. You can see it's. I haven't clear coated yet, but you can see it's so finely sanded that it shines. I can almost do it without, but I will do clear coating. I need to put the groove in it for the yarn itself, so I'll be doing that. Once that's done, get the final sanding done, and then I'll start clear coating it. So this should actually go in the shop. I'm thinking sometime this coming week. I'm going fishing next weekend, so I got to figure out when I can get all of that done. But I think I can get this going and clear coated and into the shop probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So because I need to clear coat and let it dry and clear coat. I do several rounds of clear coat on it to give it a good sealing and coating and give it a nice finished look. So that usually that's the time consuming part when I get finished with it is giving it the clear coat and then dry time cycle. So like Wednesday, I'm thinking more Wednesday I'll have that in. But no, it's coming along. This is a full size. I guess you don't have a skein. You can put your chicken in there. But yeah, no, this is actually a good size. Full size yarn bowl, so that'll be going in the shop, but it's coming together, so that will fly the coop by next weekend.
All right. So. Freshwater fish.
Freshwater, yeah. This is not sea fish. This is Bishop High Sierras fishing, so for trout, it'd be fun stuff, and photography.
Yeah.
Fish and photography. That's going to be my weekend next weekend. So, but I'll be back in time for a podcast, right? Yeah. So I'll get back Sunday, and then we'll podcast afterwards. It'll be a little later, but for you, it'll still go up on Monday morning. So,
so flown the coop. Flown the Coop is the Miss Winkle by Martina Bain, and I just woo. So. Yeah, I got this, and I haven't blocked it because I like it unblocked. I like it all gushy.
Well, it's just sitting pretty.
Yeah, there's really
pretty
nothing
nice.
to block.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
unless I wanted to block the little loops, but when it's wrapped around your neck, it's gonna be. So.
So
yep.
where's your marker, or did you already?
I didn't. I just did like 2.
I'm gonna say it was down on this end. You would have
2 loops.
2 loops, and then 2 loops and done, huh?
Yeah. So it's
cool.
It's done with what socks that rock, in the Whoville colorway. So yeah, have to kind of figure out how to. I guess you just
how best to let it lay.
Yeah, just tassels or something, So yeah, because you want the little loopies to be in front, and
might have to work on that.
Yeah. So.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Matches
the
your
colors
shirt,
are really pretty to. Yeah.
Look at that.
So yeah, it was a fun knit, doing the little loops and stuff. So. And this Socks That Rock's really nice and gushy. But I was told to be careful if I do block it or wash it, because the colors may bleed. So I'm like, But I love the feel of it.
It looks good the way it is. I don't know why you need to block it. I know some of the patterns you have to block them either because of there's like waves, or you want to get the points on the end. But I kind of like the way the loops sit the way they are. I don't know how you'd block it to make it any better. You know what I'm saying? That's so.
You want to keep playing with it. It's like,
focus.
It's like tassels.
Yep, that's for after the podcast.
Yeah.
So, is that it? Are we done?
I think so.
Wow.
Told you it was going to be quick.
That was flying right by. Yeah, our table's not very full. Next week, and you get the whole rundown on my fishing and photo adventures in High Sierras. So.
The first week of college.
Oh yeah. Well, you get a whole bunch. They give you a light one this one. Next week it's going to be fully packed. So, anyways, I want to mention we got the Wolf Farm Video Podcast button. You can get one of those for free with any paid order at Wolf Farms. Just ask for that in the comment section while you're checking out, and we'll be happy to stick one of those in your order as we're shipping that off. But other than that, I think that about does it for this podcast.
So, until next time.
Let's get cracking and hatching it.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.